are some wisdoms, some insights, and some lessons that I have learned from the most prestigious, the biggest, and the best university on this planet. You know what it is? It's called the University of Life, also known as the School of Hard Knocks. Right? A wish-I is somebody who goes around thinking things like and saying things like, I wish I could lose weight and get in shape. I wish I could quit smoking. I wish I could be more successful in my business. I wish I could find my ideal mate. I wish I could improve my relationship with my spouse. Any wish-I's in the room? Anybody? Right? But then there's another kind of person, and I call those people the watch-me's. What is a watch-me? A watch-me is somebody who may have started out as a wish-I, but then something happens. Something happens where you get to that point where you say, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm tired of wishing. I am going to lose weight and get in shape. I'm going to have a better relationship. I'm going to take my business and become wildly successful. You just watch me. As synchronicity goes, and I've learned this many times in my life, you just never know what you're going to get out of experiences that you never dreamed you're going to get these incredible miracles out of. So this woman I sold a car to ended up asking me, she said, Roslyn, is this your career choice? She did. She said she was so thrilled by how I sold her the car and the fact that I was a woman and that she felt so comfortable buying a car from a woman and I didn't do this big hard sales push on her. And she says, you know what, I believe in women helping women. And she says, I know this great job opportunity. How would you feel about working from a home-based office, having a company car and doing lots of travel? I'm like, oh my God, Cal, don't take me away. And so through her, this woman I just met wrote me a letter of recommendation for this incredible job, like she'd known me for the last 25 years. It was incredible. And it was a job to work in a publishing company. I don't know if any of you heard of Hearst Publishing. They're pretty darn big out of New York. So I was responsible for selling books to book wholesalers across Eastern Canada. Never in my wildest dreams thinking that I'd ever be publishing a book myself. But it sure gave me some insight into the publishing world, having gone through that experience. So anyways, one of the things that happened was we went on these great sales meetings. And we went to one which is actually right here in Florida. It was in Marco Island. And so, let me ask you, December, Florida, Canadian, what could be bad, right? I mean, it was fantastic. We had the best time. There were only 3 Canadians out of a 100-person sales force, and all the Americans were always laughing at us every time we said A. And so there was one night where we had this barbecue, and we had an incredible time. There was music and dancing and steak and lobster and seafood and everything you could possibly imagine. So I had a great time. I went to bed that night high on life. But then that night, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning with my neck so swollen and painful that I could hardly lift my head up off the pillow. I had to literally crank it up with my hand. And the first thing that went through my mind was, oh my gosh, I'm allergic to lobster. It was the first time I'd eaten lobster that night. So I thought, I must be allergic to lobster. Well, I wish I'd been so lucky. Because as it turned out, I had a tumor resting on the main artery to my brain that turned out to be cancer. A cancer of the lymph nodes, Hodgkin's disease. So, let's fast forward 10 years. I'm 39, about to turn 40, and this is what happened. Can anybody relate? This is what happened. This was me, and I want you to listen carefully and tell me if this has ever happened to you, and be honest. So, I got on the scale. I looked down, right? And I went, oh my God. No, this number, that can't be right. So I got off the scale. I kicked it around a bit. Right? I got back on. And I'm afraid no miracle happened. It still said the same number. So there I was at my heaviest weight ever. That was me in March 2004. This made absolutely no sense. Here I was, becoming more and more self-conscious in my appearance, didn't feel as good about how I looked and how I felt about myself. It was getting harder and harder to shop for clothes that fit properly. And here I was with a master's degree in human systems intervention, which is the study of how to facilitate processes for other people on self-learning and change. And I was coaching people, I was helping people set goals and achieve goals. And I'm thinking, am I the pot calling the kettle black or what? Who am I to be helping other people set goals and achieve goals when I could not even take care of what was going on in my backyard? And trust me, my backyard was getting bigger. And I'd already lost my health. And my mom had passed away from cancer a few months before this picture was taken. Yesterday was actually the 6-year anniversary of my mom's passing from cancer. And my dad's had quintuple bypass surgery. So the question was, what am I doing? This makes no sense. What else needs to happen? What needs to happen before I kick myself into action? Right? Sometimes we need a kick. So the question is, if there is something that you want to change in your life about how you look, how you feel about yourself, about your business, about your relationships, whatever it might be, the question is, what are you waiting for? Because so many times we wait for a crisis situation before we act, right? For the person who's overweight, why we have to wait till the doctor tells you you're going to have diabetes before you change your lifestyle and your relationship with food? Or the smoker who has to get the heart attack before they quit smoking? Why wait? And especially as business owners, my belief is that especially at the beginning or as you're trying to grow your business, you are your business. If you're not taking care of your health, and when I say health, I'm not just talking about your physical health. I'm talking about your mental, emotional, spiritual, social, and financial health. There's many dimensions to health. Because how you feel about yourself on the inside and the energy that you exude to others, you got to think about that. You always hear people do business with people they know, like, and trust. You heard that one before? If you don't know yourself, if you don't like yourself and you don't trust yourself, what kind of message is that going to give to other people? You're not saying it, but people can feel it. So what I'm talking about here is taking care of your health in the sense of eating properly, sleeping enough. Especially as women, we tend to not always sleep well, not always eat well, not always exercise. Because why? Because oftentimes we're so busy taking care of other people, trying to please others, trying to nurture others, and then we say, well, I don't have time for me. Right? But your health is your foundation. If you're trying to build a business and you want that beautiful, healthy bottom line and the beautiful lifestyle that comes with it, but you are paying for it with your health, your relationships, your overall sense of well-being and inner peace, that's a big price to pay for having a big house or whatever it is that you're trying to reach out for. Get the message I'm trying to say here, right? So the question then is, what do you need to have in you to take that watch me attitude, to take charge of your health, to take charge of your own power? Because that's what it comes down to.